Shalom, shalom, Israel, coming back at you with another lesson. Lord willing, this is edifying. First off, giving all praise, all honor, all glories to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Urcha Chadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone, and all the teachers out there pushing this word in truth and sincerity. May you be of the elect. Shalom to all the Akim and Akwat out there listening and learning. You Israelites, so-called Negroes, Hispanic, Native, and Seminole Indians, who are the true children of Israel, as well as you speckled bird, Israelite foreigners, the Israelites that look like, act like, and take on the customs of all these heathen nations. So to you, I say shalom, and may you be of the elect. This lesson is brought to you by the Spirit and the power of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Yahweh being the true name of our Father, the God of the Bible, the God of the Israelites, Bah Hashem meaning in the name, and Yahweh Shai being the only begotten Son of Yahweh, who the world ignorantly calls by the name of JC. Alright, and the name of this lesson is put off the world, don't put off your salvation. And this was inspired by a lesson I did earlier, and because there's a whole lot of, I don't want to say slackness, but yeah, dare I say slackness, man. Now when I say that doesn't, it's not saying that somebody or anybody in particular, all right, it's just putting shit off. Well, not shit, but putting off the works of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Right? I'm not speaking on anybody specifically, but I try to make lessons to where somebody can get edified, and maybe it will speak to them. Because there's times where I'll lean heavy on reading, right, and then I'll put lessons off. Like, I'll have my lessons made, but I won't do them, till days later, or willing to come to the line or go to class, but then put something else off, and it can't be like that, Granted, everybody has their balance, how they do things. Let me turn this down a little bit. Everybody's got their balance, how they do things. I have never found my balance, so I've always struggled with that. But point being is you don't want to put off, right? You don't want to put off Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, because remember what he did for the elect, right? That was the ultimate thing that he could have done, was lay his life down, and that's what he did for all of Israel, but specifically for the elect, because the elect are the only ones that's going to take heed and take that into consideration. All right. So when it comes to that, you don't want to put off Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. You don't want to put off your salvation. All right. If you know that it's a must that you make it to the line, you should be able to do that. Let your jobs know, well in advance. Hey, I got a really important function to go to, a family function to go to, and it's dire that I'm there, right? Or, shit, if you got to, make it a sick day, all right? But it's for the Lord. If there's, for whatever reason, you can't serve on the line, immediately, should I say, like, meaning speaking or reading, maybe you can just hold the camera. If there were signs, you can hold the signs, or watch the perimeter, make sure nobody walk up on us and shit like that. There's many ways you can serve the Lord, all right? It doesn't always have to be those specific things of coming to the line or reading or watching lessons or fellowship. There's many different things you can do, right, in serving Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. It could be something as simple as you go into a particular setting, social setting, you see a brother might need something. You ain't even got to say nothing to him. Hey, brother, you ain't got to say nothing. Just help him out and keep it moving. Or you overhear a conversation. So and so might be taking so and so home. Reach out, brother. You need gas money? Here you go. Hey, brother, you need this? Here you go. You're doing unto Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Right? So everything that we do from the time you heard this truth till the time, Lord willing, we make it a first round and get in them chariots, we got work to do. And so you don't want to be putting off the Lord, man. You could put off the world, but you better not put off the Lord. All right? So that was this lesson is going to go into. This is Romans 12. I'm going to read 5 through 13. It says, so we, being many, are one body in Mashiach, right? Because it takes many parts to make a thing work. All right? There's many different gears inside of a clock. If a gear is missing, right, that clock, it may work, but it definitely won't work efficiently, or it may not work at all, right? You need every part. Every part is a good fit, okay? So we being many are one body in Mashiach, and Mashiach being Yahawashi, right? And every one members one of another, right? And we're again as a set. Right? There's no individuality per se in this truth. Right? We all one body. Right? All coming together, speaking one thing, coming on one accord. Right? Calling on the names of Yahweh and Yahawashi and nothing else. Okay? We don't have mixed doctrine. Okay? One speaking this and another one speaking that. We don't do that. Right? Because when you do that, things are not running seam in a straight seam, and it should be seamless, right? So when you start mixing and maxing, you know, then you got a problem, because not everybody's gonna be speaking the same thing. All right. It says, verse 6, having then gifts different according to the grace that is given to us, whether prophecy, let us prophesy according to the proportion of faith, right? Because everybody out on the line, all right? You got some that are better at, the history. You got some that are better with exhortations. You got some really, really good at rebukes, letting these nations have it. We got all different gifts. I'm also a healer, right? I can also be a discerner of spirit. We all have different amounts of faith that was given unto us. Okay? And another thing, too, especially for those that are new coming in, let's just say you only know 1 or 2 precepts. Guess what? You know more than a lot of people do. Okay? So, you go out there and you mightily, when the time is right for it, you mightily go out there and you put them precepts out there. If you know the breakdown for it, you know the breakdown. If you only know them 2 precepts, you gladly put your foot down and roar them 2 precepts out, man. All right? Don't ever feel inadequate. Oh, man, but they know more than I do. So what? That's the portion they were given. You were given a different portion. And you're also new. Right? What they say in the gaming world, you're a newbie. So you don't know it all. You're not going to know it all. Right? And who knows how much time is left. You're not going to know much at all. But whatever you do know, you go out there and you say it. You speak on it. You proudly say them names of Yahweh and Yahawashi. Okay? You gladly take on which tribe you from. Okay? That's how you don't put off the Lord. All right? Because it's very easy to get into that mindset. Oh, man, they know more than I know. Oh, man, I'm so far behind. I feel like that every fucking day, man. Every day. That ain't gonna stop. That ain't gonna take my hands off the plow. Lord will. Shit. Whatever you got, bring it out. Says something better than nothing. I'd rather see Akim swing swords than holding their fingers in their pocket, twiddling their damn thumbs, just coming to the camp just to hang out. I'd rather see that. Swing them swords, man. Let everybody know that you mean business. Let Yahweh Bashem Yahushai know that you mean business. Yeah, and don't be afraid what these people think. Don't be afraid what they say. You go out there and you handle your business, because this is for Yahweh Bashem Yahushai at the end of the day. All right? So let's get back to it. It says, whether prophecy, let us prophesy according to the proportion of faith, or ministry, let us wait on our ministering, or he that teacheth, on teaching, or he that exhorteth, on exhortation. He that giveth, let him do it with simplicity. He that ruleth, with diligence. He that showeth mercy, with cheerfulness. Let love be without dissimulation. Abhor that which is evil, right? Put off which is evil. Cleave to that which is good. And that what's good is serving Yahweh Shema Shai, however you can serve the Lord. What's not good is you putting the world in front of Yahweh Shema Shai. Okay? That's what you don't want to do. You know, and I'm just speaking as a man, but that's kind of like, you know, that's kind of like denying Yahweh Shai. That's kind of like denying Yahweh when you put it off. Okay? Because when you're putting it off, what are you saying? I ain't got time for this. Oh, I ain't got time for that. That's a spirit you don't want to have. All right? You want to nip that shit in the bud. So maybe you don't see Akim as much as you would like to see Akim. That's how it is in my case. All right, but you still can. How? Watching lessons. All right, staying in the group me some type of way. I don't always be in the regular Akim room like that, you know. But I'll post stuff in the info room, or you know, see what's going on in all the rooms as far as the orders and you know the info room, the disciples room, the mandatory room, and things like that. The teachers room, you know, staying atop of what's going on, right? And that's staying within the spirit. You're not putting it off. See, because here go the thing. It's like working out, right? You got a lot of the people that be gym rats. They might stay in there for 2 to 8 hours a day. Nobody really needs that amount of time in the gym, but you got those people that do that. And then there's people that just simply go grocery shopping, pushing a cart. You may not think about it, but that's a form of exercise. You're pushing some weight and you're walking. You're getting cardio and you're doing some type of strength training. Even though it may not be much, a little it goes a long way, man. When you're watching football, yeah, you can go try to you know, punt kick, get you a field goal, or do a Hail Mary, but shit, you can do just as well by gaining yards, right? Prime example of that, look at Tehran, right? In Iran. Since 2018, I've been watching them how they, you know, been building up to military nuclear grade. How they do it? 3% here, 2% there, 1% there, right? They weren't doing it in mass amounts. When you're doing it in small amounts, it's kind of like insignificant. Nobody really gonna pay attention. But after a while, them shits add up, just like pennies. You know? And I've said that. That's another thing I say in the world. You know, the whole world is looking for pennies. The whole world is looking for dollars, which is good luck with that. That's a hard find. Whereas I'm looking for pennies. Those are much easier to find. Right? And pennies add up. You know? So whatever little thing that you can, you know, do or say or whatever, you know, to put Yahweh Shema Shai first, you do that. Don't put off your salvation, right? For the world. You put the world off. Okay? Verse 9 says, let love be without dissimulation. Abhor that which is evil, cleave to that which is good. Be kindly affectionate one to another with brotherly love and honor, preferring one another, right? Because we already understand that these 2/3, that's not the company we want to keep. All right? You don't want to be in connection with worldly people, right? Because they'll do their damnness to get you back into the world. And it'd be so easy to do because the flesh wants to do what the flesh wants to do, right? And these motherfuckers will do anything and everything just to be like, see, look, I got him to come back into the world. See, his discipline ain't what I thought it was. See that obviously what he doing is bullshit. Look how he just came back into the world with us. And then when you go back in the world, guess what? They ain't gonna fuck with you even then. They just wanted to do it to see if you was weak enough to go back into the world. They're not gonna fuck with you because you already told them they was going off. So why would they come back and fuck with you? You see? This is the point right here. Verse 11. It says, not slothful in business. Don't be slothful in business. Oh, I'll do it another time. Oh, I'll do it another time. No. If you could do it today, do it today. Now, again, as I say that, I'm speaking to myself first and foremost. Because as I already mentioned, right, there's times I'm heavy into reading. But I don't put off my other stuff. You know? I'll check what's going on in the group meeting. Okay, what's going with that? Okay, that's good. That's good. I did my stuff. I got my POD. I got this. All right, cool. Back to reading. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me make this lesson. Okay, let me read some more. Ooh, inspired. Let me get another lesson. Another lesson. Ooh, what's this? Oh, I got another. Okay, I got my lessons made. Let me go back into my reading. And I'll do my lessons at another point. Another time. You know, because I also, you know, into watching videos. Get inspired by watching videos. You know, there should never be a reason why a brother can't come up with a video lesson. Shit, rather it be 5 minutes, 15 minutes. You should always be inspired to make a lesson about something. Whether something you reading, something you watching, something you listening to, maybe somebody said in the world. All right. Shit, there's times where I'll be making a lesson, and as I'm doing the lesson, I have another thought. You know, oh man, that'd be good for a lesson. And I go back and listen to the lesson. What did I say right there? Oh yeah, that's right. Had that for a lesson. This should never be a reason why you don't have anything to say or anything to do towards the body of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. All right. So yeah, verse 11: not slothful in business, fervent in spirit, serving the Lord, rejoicing in hope, patient in tribulation, continuing instant in prayer, distributing to the necessity of saints, given to hospitality. And again, this was all derived from, you know, the lesson I did earlier. I believe it was from what would the elect do? This is what the elect would do. They wouldn't be slothful in business. They'd be fervent in spirit, serving the Lord. All these other you know, should I say links in the chain mail. They be putting all this on, man. Right? And when you're doing that, what are you doing to evil spirits? You keeping them bitches at bay. They won't even want to deal with you. Like, damn, they're like mosquitoes with citronella, man. They smell that citronella, like, oh man, oh fuck, get away from this guy. He smells. I can't deal with that. That's how evil spirits is. When you got this truth wrapped around you, them spirits can't fuck with you. Like, damn, he heavy in the spirit. Can't do nothing with that, right? And therefore, sin flees. It flees from you, all right? And that's all the more reason to put off the world and not your salvation, all right? It's Colossians 3, and I'm going to read 22 through 25. It says, servants, obey in all things your masters according to the flesh, not with eye service as men pleasers, but in singleness of heart, fearing the Most High. See that? So whatever you doing, you doing it towards the Lord and not to men. Okay? It's all about Yahweh Bashim Yahushai at the end of the day. Because guess what? Not one of these brothers can save another brother. Right? Now, if somebody hear what the brother is saying, if they're of the elect, they're going to hear it and they're going to apply it. Right? And they're going to move from it. You know? Basically, they're going to go with it. Right? You know you're an Israelite. What you going to do with it? You're going to pick up the plow. Right? You're going to do whatever you got. Again, whether it be one or two precepts or the whole Bible. Good for you, either which way. You know more than the world knows. Because remember, the election have obtained it, but the rest were blinded. These people in the world are blind. So your one or two precepts, that's like you knowing 1,000 in comparison to them. They don't know shit. They're going to tell you God loves everybody, and we know otherwise. They're going to tell you the Lord is JC and he's a white man. We know otherwise. You see? We know that the Israelites are the ones that's going to have salvation. The world thinks otherwise. The world thinks of universal salvation. Nope. You understand? So keep that in mind, man. You know? And whatsoever ye do, verse 23, Colossians 3 and 23, and whatsoever ye do, do it heartily as to the Lord and not unto men, knowing that of the Lord ye shall receive the reward of the inheritance. For ye serve the Lord Mashiach, but he that doeth wrong shall receive for the wrong which he hath done. And there is no respect of persons. All right? So you want to go into the world, then you're gonna get your just dessert, man. Because you knew what was expected of you. All right? You know what you're supposed to be doing. You know what you should not be doing. So if you doing the things that you shouldn't be doing and putting off the things that you should be doing, we got a problem. Okay? And you better be found well doing when the Lord come back. Otherwise, that's your ass, Mr. Postman. All right? Hebrews 6, I'm going to read 10 through 11. It says, for the Most High is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love. So if you putting off the world to serve Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, he's not going to forget. He didn't forget he got speared two days ago. He got speared in the side 2 days. Man, what you mean 2 days ago? That was 2,000 years ago. Be not deceived. For 1,000 years is 1 day. 1,000 years on earth is 1 day in the kingdom. The Lord only been gone for 2 days. If I punch you in your face, all right, and your eye is thumping, you ain't gonna forget that in 2 days. You're gonna remember that punch. You're gonna remember how it felt. You're gonna remember what you was thinking. All right, you're gonna remember what time of day it was. You're gonna remember who was around to scoff and see that and talk, oh shit, world star. You're gonna remember all that. Yahweh Shai is gonna remember who did what to him. You know, he's not going to forget, just like you won't forget. All right. So it says, Hebrews 6 and 10, for the Most High is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, which ye have showed toward his name, in that ye have ministered to the saints and do minister. And we desire that every one of you do show the same diligence to the full assurance of hope unto the end. Right? Put on as the elect, man. All right? Do everything with the best of your ability. Whatever the Lord gave to you, hey, you run with that. All right? You stay in your lane. Don't try to do what another brother does. That may not have been your portion. Not everything is fit for every brother. We're every one of us, our walk is custom made, man. This is tailor-made walk for each of us. You see what a brother going through, you may not be able to go through that. He see what you going through, he tell himself, shit, I'm glad I ain't got that part of the walk. We all have different portions, man. All right? The Lord knows what we can handle, he knows what we can't handle. So everything that's fitted to us is tailor-made. And you got to trust with the tux that the Lord created for you. All right? In that sense. Trust that tailor-made suit that's made for you. All right? No matter how you move in that suit, you're going to be comfortable. Okay? It's not going to be too tight. It's not going to be loose. It's going to be perfectly made for you. No matter what you're doing. Okay? But at the end of the day, remember who your tailor is and be thankful for that tailor. Right? And doing what you can to pay that tailor back. All right? Put off the world, not your salvation. All right? So with that, hey, Lord willing, this was edifying. Giving all praise, all honor, all glories to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachah, Quadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elder bishops of Red Millstone and all the teachers out there pushing this word in truth with truth and sincerity. May you be of the elect. Y'all better stay prayed up, man. We're getting closer and closer and closer to the end of this thing. You don't want to fall back into the world. All right? Stay prayed up, repent, and ababa ball. Kwame Asherala Shalom.